Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been about 9 months since I first reviewed this 9.6-inch instrument cluster display from Tesla C, and I got phenomenal feedback from all of you, and thank you so much because all of those feedback help produce the second generation of this display. And here comes the version 2 9.6-inch instrument cluster display from Tesla C. They just released and then just send me this awesome new display. This display is better in every way from the first generations. So in today's video, I'll show you what comes in the box and then step-by-step installation, and then we'll take a deep dive into the functionality of the display. I'll show you what it looks like when I drive the car and see how it looks in my car. It's gonna be a long video today because I'll show you every single detail that I could on this display. Now let's go. Let's see what comes in the box of this new instrument cluster display for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y from Tesla C. So here what came in the box. Let's check out the display itself first. Really compact, really slim display. Love the design of the box so far. Let me show you. It's the outside box. Looks like that new performance badge on the Model 3. Looks really cool. And this is the actual display. Very cool. Nice rounded. Love the sleek design, and you can see all the plugs on the bottom of the display here, and this is where you attach the bracket on the back, and this display should sit on top of your dashboard. Alright, and this is the bracket that you will install on your dashboard, and then you just install in the back of the display. So this will hold the display on top of your dashboard. And two of the plastic removal tool, wire harness. There are two wire harness here. I believe one of them to help connect the display to the front forward camera. This is the front forward camera. Let me open it up for you. So there's also optional front forward camera for this display. But you install this on the front bumper, and the last package here is the main wire harness, which you connect to the side passenger OBD port. So this is where you connect to the blue OBD port or white OBD port. It's the same one. And this is where you can get the power from the port, and you connect to the other end of one of these cable right here. Then you can install and run the cable from the side passenger to the dashboard and the display. Alright, now we saw everything that came in the box. Let me show you where you can get this new instrument cluster display. You can get this new 9.6-inch instrument cluster display. This is the second generation for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y from Tesla C or teslac.com. As you can see here, make sure you select the right one for your car because the graphic that is showing on the display will represent each car. So if you picked the Model 3, you'll get the Model 3 graphic on the display. This Model 3 AMD, Intel, and also Model 3 Highland. So AMD and Intel different. It's older and newer cars. So 2021 and older would be Intel most likely, and 2022 and newer would be AMD processor. Also select the left or right hand drive, also with and without the camera. With the camera will be $45 more. They will start shipping the left hand drive display in the late August. Also the Model 3 Highland in the late August. For the right-hand drive would be in late October. So see the timeline before you order it. As you can see here, the Model 3 hands right now, the attachment is not on the dashboard, but it's on the steering wheel column instead of the dashboard, because it will be different bracket. But you'll see the display is actually the same. All the functionality still the same. Right? If you are interested, you can use my special discount code TC for extra 18% discount. And this is the price after the discount without the camera. Now let's go and install it on my Tesla Model Y. Before we start the installation, you will need some of these plastic trim removal tools. I got the whole set from Amazon.com. I'll drop the link in the description down below. Now let's get started. First, you will need to remove any carpet or floor mat you have, and then move the front passenger chair all the way out so you have more room to work. Next, use one of the trim removal tools to help remove this panel right here. No screw all the clips. The next one is this panel. You can just use your hand to remove it. After that, we have to remove this one, but before that, you have to remove part of the rubber seal first. The rubber seal's out. Just remove a plastic locking clips right here. So just use one of the two to remove the clip out. As you can see, it's really easy to remove. Now you should be able to pull this whole door seal panel out. So just clips. Here you go. So the whole panel should come out. Next, there's one more plastic locking clip. Use the same tool and then remove the clip out. Now we have the full access to this passenger side panel right here. Next step here, we have to remove the dashboard, but before we do that, we have to remove the side panel on the driver's side first. So use the trim removal tool to remove the side panel. Now we can start to remove the dashboard. But if you have a newer car, let me show you where to unscrew it first. There's two screws, one on each side, and then remove the dashboard. You would have to unscrew this one screw on each side right here. It should be T20 to unscrew it. Then after you unscrew, then you will be able to lift and remove the dashboard. Make sure you unscrew it first, otherwise if you try to remove without unscrewing it, you might break this wooden part. And then use the same tools, push it in on the dashboard and then just twist and twist. I have done so many times, so it's a little easier to remove. Make sure to do little by little. It might be harder if this is your first time. Same thing on this side. There you go. Now you should be able to remove the whole dashboard out. As you can see, now we remove the whole dashboard out. I would do this installation outside the car. Find a soft surface or rug so you can flip your dashboard over, and then we will be installing this bracket and the cable. So this is the wire that will connect from the display to the connector at the OBD port. But as you can see, the wiring came open, but we have to slot it in to the plug here by ourselves. They mark red like you see here. So this is the complete plug. So the red, which means the pink cable, would face the red, as you can see, and the rest of the white will slot in order. So after we put it in here, because there's no way you can actually put this whole plug into the air vent slot here, so that's why we have to do that manually. First, let's put the wiring into this bracket first. So first I would fold this end a little bit like this, so when you enter from this part in and out, you see easily, we'll curl it out and then pull it from this side all the way. until the USB-C plug the end. So this will plug it in to the display. So make sure you turn this thing this way. So turn the cable this way. So you plug it into the monitor or the display this side. Now we have to find the center of the dashboard. So the center of the signal column. This is the signal column cutout on the driver's side. You just have to aim the bracket to the center of the steering column, just like so. I think mine is about right here. And I counted the slot on the bottom from far left to the first one that I slotted in. It's about 29 slots. So mine's 29. I'm not sure yours would be the same, but try to count it. And 29 looks to be a center of the signal column cutout. Now I just have to insert this cable into the middle slot that we just counted. Just slowly insert it. Make sure all of them stick together and then insert it in like so. Now we have to pull it all the way because we have to connect this one, remember, to the OBD port on the passenger side, and then just slot it in. It has this locking clip. Just push this bracket all the way in to the bottom, and then we just click it. Next, we have to install the display on the dashboard. So as you can see here, looks pretty centered to me for the dashboard bracket. So we just have to plug in the USB-C plug. Make sure this is the data and the power which goes to the middle of the display. If you wish to install the front forward camera, this is the USB-C plug for the front forward camera. This display should have a over-the-air update. We'll test it out right after we install it. So first, you just plug it in the data and power cable to the middle part on middle USB-C plug, like so. Now we just pull that cable back in and then slot the display. There's like a hook right on the back side of it, and then push it down. That's it. We hear the click, like so, and the installation of the display on the dashboard is pretty much done. Looks super clean. You can't really tell from the front that is actually the bracket itself is in the back. Looks really nice. I like how compact it is and how clean it looks. Remember the previous version, you actually see the cable exposed to the front. So a little work for the plug, like this one, we'll do that later. I think it's worth it to help hiding the cable in the back of the bracket. So this is the top of the display and the dashboard. Now we just have to finish the installation of the dashboard part by installing this plug here. So as you can see here, this thing line up to red side, which is pink. So insert that pink in first. Just insert straight in. Click. You will hear the click, and then just go white in all orders. And that's it. Really simple, this part. I think it's so much better, cleaner, worth it to just make this whole thing be able to go through the Advent slot. You just have to install this one yourself, which is really easy to do. Make sure all of that metal part click in place. You see, you look at in the bottom, and then lock in place. And that's pretty much it for the dashboard and the display part to install on your dashboard. Now you just have to go and plug in the OBD port plug. Now before we install and plug into the OBD and the power supply from the car, I highly recommend you to turn off the car first. So go to the main menu and then down to safety and all the way down to power off. Now we should be safe to unplug. So first we have to unplug this power. So this is where you get the power to supply the display, and you open this panel. For Model Y, it's on the inside of this panel right here, and that is the blue plug. It's open port, the open OBD port. You can just plug it in. And for Model 3 and the Model 3 Highland, the power supply plug should be the same, and OBD should be white, and it's right here and should be open too, so you can just plug it in there. Now you can unplug the power and then plug in the power from the display. So this will get the pass-through power to the display. So just plug this one back in. So now we can plug in the power. We can plug this back into the wire harness that came with the display. Now we can plug this blue one into the blue plug inside. This one right here. This one is a little bit harder to show the plug because it's all the way on the inside. There you go. It's in, as you can see right there. The Model 3 and Model 3 Highland should be a lot easier because right on the outside. Just be gentle with it because this wiring is all open. Make sure you don't pull any wire out, and leave this box because we'll have to connect. As you can see, the power is on the box. It's on its screen right now, so we can plug in the display cord that we install on the dashboard. Before we clean this up, let's install the dashboard with the display back on the car. And as you can see, I had previously installed many of the instrument cluster display, so I highly recommend to use either painter tapes or use electrical tape, to organize the cable underneath so it doesn't block the clips right here, because the dashboard has to clip back into these metal clips here. As you can see, I just rest a dashboard with the display right on top of the dashboard section, and then just organize the cable underneath. Just tape it down, make sure it doesn't block any of these clips, and then all the way to the passenger side. Now we just have to place the dashboard back in place. Okay, make sure this part go in to the slot like so, and then just push it in place. Put some force in it, make sure the clips go in. Same thing on the driver's side. Same thing here. Push it down. Should be okay now. You just have to put this panel to lock both dashboard and the bottom part together. So I just have to run the wire and then clean up the wiring. Make sure it's nice and neat, and then goes all the way down to where you plug it in. And plug it in first before you hide. You can just hide the box in this compartment right here. There's a little space inside. Now just plug the cable that we ran from the display on into the box. You can see here. Now it's connected. Let's check out the display real quick. As you can see, it's pretty cool. Looks really nice right there. All right, now we know the display is power up. Let's clean up all the wiring and put all the panels back together. Alright, the installation is pretty much done. Not that hard to install, really simple. Now let me show you how it looks in my Tesla Model Y. Alright, the display looks really nice and super clean. There are, I believe, 5 different UIs on this display, but before we go through that, let me show you all the information on the display first, and then we go through all the setting on the display. So this is the main UI. Have the car status in the middle and speedometer to the left, and you have the menus on the right, so you can change to Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as you can see, and then the setting, and then the tire pressure. Now we have time here, and your gear selection, and your power and regen will be on the bottom of the display. So the car status will show everything that is showing on this main display. So if you open the door will open. You open the front will open on the display, and same goes the same with all the doors, and of course the trunk. And let's go through the setting real quick. There are, however, something needs to change, but they Tesla told me they'll keep sending the OTA or over-the-air update for the software. As you can see, MPH-H, you don't need that another hour there. It should be just, you know, MPH, just like the main display on Tesla. And shouldn't be MPH here, it should be mile, MI, you know, short for miles. And that's pretty much it. Looks nice and clean. Alright, let's go through all the setting menu real quick and just press on the setting on the main display. This is the main, the first page on the setting menu, which is display. So you can change the volume on the display. Also the brightness. This is the brightness. I just changed to auto to follow the brightness of the main Tesla display. And you can change the theme from light to dark to auto. At the moment I have it on dark to match the display. I think dark looks really cool. And you can change the time 24 hours, general, American, which means I believe that is the speed limit sign. The general would be the circle round with the red ring over on the outside, and American would just be square or rectangle white with the black writing. Also, you can change the color of the car. Now let's change this theme to auto to match the car here. Just change to auto. Now it's light. Go back, now it's light. Now let's go through the second control here. So you have changing unit on the tire pressure unit, and I believe this is the speaker, so you can change to Bluetooth. And Apple CarPlay, you can change to manual, or you can select auto, which is auto detect from your phone. And this is the control on your steering wheels. You can turn on and off. Also left or right, the display side on the driver, and also the temperature unit, and the blind spot warning on off. This display has really awesome blind spot warning display showing on the display, so it actually shows the car that is next to you, either left or the right side or both sides if there are 2 cars. I'll show you later in the video when I drive the car. And I believe this is for the front forward camera, so if you connect the optional front forward camera, you can select auto or manual, meaning you can turn on and off manually, or it'll just, you know, come on automatically while you are about to park the car, let's say. All right, and the next one is the language, so you can change English, Chinese, or Japanese. And the UI here, there are, I believe, 5 different UIs. You can select from here, or you can use the scroll wheels. So you just scroll up or down really fast, then you can change the UI. I'll show you later. And this is the speed warning, so you can select how fast ever. Warning, it just changed the color of your speedometer to red when it hits, let's say I select to 60, when it hits 60, then it changed from black to red, so you know, oh, you're going too fast. And last but not least, the software update. Let me show you how to update over-the-air software update. Go to Wi-Fi. You have to connect the Wi-Fi first, so turn on the Wi-Fi. Now Wi-Fi is on, just connect to your Wi-Fi router at home, or mobile hotspot with your phone. Next, the Wi-Fi is connected. Just press the app, software update, and now we just wait. Then this page will show up, and we just wait for the display to download the new software update for the display. Now the software update is done. The display will just reboot itself, and you will get updates on all the software that they have improvement on. And pretty much that's it for the setting. Really simple, similar to the previous display. Let me show you the size comparison on the previous display. This is the previous version 9.6 display. This is the new generation. As you can see, the size difference. So the new ones is more compact, it's more sleek, and you don't have to use the double-sided tape anymore. You have that bracket that you can't really see, which is really cool. I like not having this silver trim on the bottom. Now it's all black, just like the main display of your car, which is a lot nicer. Love the new design of the display. Now let me show you how to connect to Apple CarPlay. As you can see, you can use the scroll wheel to go up and down, and then select the Apple CarPlay, or you can just use touchscreen to go up and down, and then just select the Apple CarPlay. So just follow those directions and connect it on your phone. Now the CarPlay is connected. As you can see, it's connected on my phone. So this is the one from the display. What I like about the 9.6 inch, the first generation, is the full screen Apple CarPlay, and same goes here. So when you enter Apple CarPlay, you still have all the information on the left side of the display, and also the right side of the display, and you have full display with the Apple CarPlay right in the middle. So let's say if you use the map, then you get the full map display, which is really cool, and all other apps too. So you can use all of these apps. Apple CarPlay app compatible, you can use it, and it's full screen like you see. Also on the CarPlay mode, when you want to play the music from CarPlay but you want to output the speaker to your car, you can just change it on your phone. As you can see, I just go to this menu on the phone, press here, and then press this one right here. Now right now it's on the CarPlay speaker. Let me play it for you. As you can see here, it's from the built-in speaker from the display. Now you can change from the display to your car using your phone. Now it's outputting the music to your car speakers. And you can exit the CarPlay by pressing home. Now let me show you how to change different UI. So this is the main UI. You just scroll down quickly on this right scroll wheel on your steering wheel control, and this is the simplest UI, which mainly just showing the speedometer and nothing else. And the third one is this one. So this one doesn't show the car status. This one will not show the blind spot warning, but shows a little bit more information here. So you have current drive, and you have main speedometer in the middle here, and everything else pretty much the same. Scroll down again. This is another one. So similar to previous one, but less information, nice and clean. And goes to the next one, which is similar to the main one. You have a little bit more information here, the current drive. So you have the current drive information if you need that. I really like this one too. I like the this is the main one, right? So let's change to the dark mode and see all the looks of the UI in dark mode. Here's the UI in dark mode. Let me switch to the main one, and then the cleanest one, and the one with a lot of information. It looks really cool though, but you just don't have the blind spot warning. This one, and the last one. Alright, so now we saw everything with all the UIs and how to do all the setting on the display. Let me show you how it looks while I drive the car. Now let's see what the display looks like when I drive the car. So when I shift to drive, this is what it looks like. So it looks like the new Model 3 Highland. So you have that arrow and then this symbol right here to press to engage or to drive, and reverse. And this is what it looks like when you turn on the signal. And this is the first UI or the main UI as I mentioned before. Now let's go for a test drive. As you can see, when you start to drive, there will be the lane right in the middle, and you can change the menu on the right hand side using the scroll wheel. Now let's change to different UI real quick. Alright, now let's go and test out all the functions of the display. Okay, let's test out the blind spot function first. You can see the car on the right hand side, and on the display will show that car on the right hand side with the red warning on the car itself. It's really cool. Love this function. Now I don't have to look here to see if the car is next to me or even look at the side view mirror at all. Now I can see and check on the display right in front of me, and if I turn right, turn the signal, you will see that red warning too, which is really cool. Same as the main display on the Tesla display. Very good function, and I don't have to do anything. It just popped out by itself. And let's try to see if it shows the car on the left lane this time. There's the car coming to the left. As you can see, it's showing the warning of the red car on the left of the display, and that's the car on the left hand side. It passed. So when the car passed, the red car will disappear from the display. This is definitely something new I have never seen on any display before. I only have seen the orange warning either left or right side, but never seen actually showing the car, which is similar to the main display. Just simulate that car. You see the car on the left, so any car that driving next to you, it will just detect, so you don't have to actually turn around or turn to the left or right to see if the car next to you or look at the main display. This is probably the coolest function that I have seen on the instrument cluster display so far. Also, as I mentioned before, you still have that blind spot warning with the signal with the red warning lights on the left or right hand side. And this is what it looks like when you put it on autopilot. As you can see, you'll see the rainbow on the lane of the car and showing an autopilot, and of course it's still showing that blind spot warning at the same time, which is really cool, as you can see there. Okay, let me show you the autopilot again, because this display also has the autopilot warning. Let me see how long it's gonna take to warn. There you go. As you can see, this autopilot warning, just like the main display over there. Very cool. Now I like that autopilot warning a lot because it's huge, and you have that blue blinking light with the hand on the steering wheels that warn you need to move your steering wheel around or just need to touch your steering wheel and keep autopilot going, which is really good function because you don't have to look at that main display. You can see it straight right in front of you. Let's try with this UI and see if it shows the blind spot warning with the signals. So it's still showing that red blind spot warning with the signal, which is really good. So I just realized another 3 display also shows blind spot warning. As you can see, just different ways to show it. This car coming on my left. It's a little hard to see right now, it's the sun. can see the blind spot to the left, the car is right there. Same as this one right here, it will still show the blind spot you see on the right, and also this one. Alright, now let's test out the CarPlay functions on the display. As you can see, we have a full screen display. Unlike most of the instrument cluster display out there, you can't really get the full screen with the car information. As you can see, you have the speedometer and the speed limit to the left, and you have the range to the right, and pretty much everything you need about the car information, and you get the full map display right in front of you instead of looking at the map on the car. Or to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Tesla map system at all. A lot of time it's it will take you to like a weird route, but yeah, it's not super consistent for Tesla, even though they have changed or sent out over the app there so many times. I think Apple CarPlay or Google Map on Apple CarPlay or Waze, you can use Waze too. As you can see, you can change to Waze easily, like so. Yeah, so you can use any kind of apps or maps apps on the Apple CarPlay display. I love how it looks, and it's super clean. It's real easy to see with the full screen display. And here what it looks like at night. I love the look of the dark mode. I think it's a lot cleaner, as you can see, because you can't really see the black frame around, the black edges around the display. So it looks a little bit brighter than the main display, but not as much. The coloring, it's a little cooler than Tesla display. It's really normal because I have tested so many display and none of them actually matches Tesla display. As you can see here, there's one more thing that I forgot to mention. You see it's blinking, so the autopilot availability also showing on the display. As you can see, basically the same real time as that display, so it's showing if the road that you're driving you can use autopilot or not, which is really helpful. So you know where or when to engage. Okay to engage autopilot, like now. Alright, I'm back from test driving the display. Wow, I'm really impressed on all the functionality that display offers, and also the look, the design of the display. As you can see, especially the dark mode. Love the dark mode on this display because you can't really see the black frame around it, which is really cool. Oh, when I came back, they just sent me another over-the-air update. As I mentioned before, I have been testing this display for a couple days now, and I sent back all my feedbacks, what needs to be fixed and what kind of improvement that this display needs, and they listen and they keep sending back the software update. As you can see, now they change from MPH -H to just regular MPH, also change from MPH here to mile. They work really fast, and in order to improve the display, which is really awesome. They also add the functions here under the system. So before you only have these three here, as you can see, and now you have the function to select the right time zone for your car. So right now the time zone is correct, 10:33, and it's 10:33. Another change on the new update is that the blind spot warning car is no longer red, now it's gray, just like the one on the main display. Let me know which one you prefer, red or gray. Love the display, love how easy it is to install, and also I forgot to mention, since display is not super tall, as you can see, it blocks a little bit of airflow right here, but then it kind of sits a little further out from the air vent. It's not like sticking right here, so you still can adjust your airflow on the display on your main. Of course, either have the airflow come up so it goes over the display, or you can split the airflow like so, and it goes on the side of the display, so somewhat the driver still get that airflow. It doesn't block entirely, probably blocks like, I don't know, 30% compared to without the display at all. Also love the looks of the display. As you can see, it's almost like it's floating on the dashboard. Looks super clean, really similar to the main display. It's almost, you know, it's floating in the middle of your interior because all the bracket is in the back. You can't really see. Same here, the brackets in the back. Really awesome display. As you can see, this new version 2 9.6 instrument cluster display is much better than the first generation that I have tested before in every way, including, you know, the design of the display itself and also all the functions on the display. I have been working back and forth with Tesla C to improve from the first generation to this generation. Let me know in the comment down below what kind of improvement would you like to see on this display, because all the comments matter. They helps a lot with the first generation because we got really good feedback from the first generation. Now that's how we got a better second generation display. And thank you so much guys for watching today's video. I'll make sure to put the link of this new display from Tesla C in the description down below, and special discount code for you too. Don't forget to click a like if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.